Today we're at the retail store for NatureBake, and I'm with Shobi Dahl, one of the partners here, and Clint, who's an Oregon grain farmer. And today we're talking a little bit about sustainability, and when most people think about sustainability, mostly they're thinking about their fruits and vegetables and buying them in Oregon. But here they're thinking about actually baking and taking sustainability to a different level. But first, Shobi, tell us a little bit about the bakery and the history.
My grandfather started this bakery in 1955 with a vision to making healthy and whole grain and organic products that was really unheard of in the 50s. He wanted to not use any animal fats. He wanted to bake with whole grains instead of the white flour that were prolific in all the supermarkets. So he was really a pioneer in that whole healthy baking industry. And me being his grandson and my dad before me, we're really committed to sustaining that legacy of being on the cutting edge of sustainability and healthiness in the baking industry. So what we did is a couple years ago we decided we wanted to start sourcing our ingredients more locally. So we went on this initiative and started the Oregon Grains Project, and we ended up working directly with some farmers to source some really great grains here in the Willamette Valley.
And that's where Clint comes in.
That's where Clint comes in.
So Clint, what's your involvement?
Well, I'm a son of a third-generation farmer in the Oregon Willamette Valley, and we have been grass seed growers for decades. And a few years ago, we decided to transition out of grass seed as our main crop and into food for local markets. We did that for a number of reasons, but since then, we've found partners like Shobi that have been willing to buy local grains in large quantities, which has made it possible for us to keep doing this. So we're most interested in relocalizing the food economy so that people have access to fresh, local food.
Right, and you said before that you would sell grain, but you had no idea who was even getting it.
Right, yeah, we didn't know who was really going to buy some of the crops we decided to plant. We planted flax. We didn't have a buyer lined up when we planted it. NatureBake has ended up being a major buyer of our flax. We started planting hard red wheat for bread because we knew that bakeries, it was in demand for bakeries, but we didn't know who would buy it.
Okay.
Same thing for the oats. I mean, we pretty much just hoped that it would take off, and it has.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about the partnership, how it's working, and the product that you're currently making.
Well, what happens when we decided we wanted to start hunkering down on our local sourcing is I started calling all the brokers and resellers and distributors that I worked with for ingredients, and I said, hey, can you guys get us anything within 100 miles of our bakery? And they all kind of came back to us and said, no, we don't really have any sources for that. So the amazing thing was one of Clint's partners, Willow from A2R Farms, called me up a few months after we started this project, and she said, hey, we have some local wheat, do you guys want to buy it? And of course the answer was yes. So we had the farmers all come up here for a meeting, and we started talking about all the ingredients that they could grow for us, and that ended up being wheat, flax, and oats the first year.
Okay.
So what we did is we took those along with some local honey that's actually, they keep the bees on these farmers' fields, and we were able to make that into the Oregon Grains Bread that we launched.
Okay. So where is this bread available currently?
Right now the bread's available in Fred Meyer's, New Seasons, a lot of the local co-ops in Corvallis and in Portland.
Okay.
So not a whole lot yet, but we're hoping to garner some support behind the local food movement, which we know is really popular here in Oregon.
No, it's just huge here in Oregon. So there you have it. I mean, sustainability, in my opinion, has just really been taken to a brand new level. It's not just your fruits and vegetables anymore. It's even a finished product like a loaf of bread, and I can tell you, it is really good. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.